It's not about, are you using these tools or are you not using these tools? It's, are you using them in the right way? And students who were using them as answer generators were doing poorer than the students who were not using the tools at all. So the point that we then had a conversation about was, how do we use these tools to be that personal tutor? And like, you get to a point where you keep balancing an equation incorrectly, take a screenshot of that equation and say, can you explain to me what my mistake is? Not, what's the answer to this math problem, right? You're gonna get different outcomes from those two prompts. I mean, you were talking about building critical thinking skills, and the World Economic Forum puts out their jobs report every 2 years. And the two top skills they always put that companies are saying that students need in school are critical and creative thinking skills. So it's then asking ourselves, how can we use these skills at the top of that bracket? And then you talked about your assessments and how you look at the process of how they're writing them. Now, I know there's tools out there that we can put an essay in and see, was it generated by artificial intelligence? And when I saw that was starting to come out, I had ChatGPT write me an essay on a random topic, and I put it in and it was 100% generated. So I said, well, that looks like it's a pretty reliable tool. And then I kept giving it the prompt, write more like a human, in different forms of that prompt. And I got it down to about 20% confidence that it was written by artificial intelligence. And I didn't write a single word of that.
That reminds me of my early kind of experience interacting with AI. I remember I was new to ISP, I was a maternity cover, and so I didn't know the students that well. And I remember this student wrote this kind of like very detailed, brilliant, it was just like a graphic organizer, small activity. We put a lot of time, effort, and energy into it, and most of the other students did not. So I assumed that he used AI, and I asked ChatGPT, was this generated by you? ChatGPT said, yes, I generated this.
I think increasing educational equity across the world, especially in developing countries, so many people now have a smartphone in their pocket. And when you're looking at how we can support students who don't have the same access to education as students at our school might have, they might not be too far behind if we support developing countries and schools and teachers to adopt these tools and to use them as personal tutors, because not everybody can afford to go out and pay somebody per hour for a tutor. So that's one way I'm really optimistic, but we really need to put a lot of focus into that as a worldwide community.